You hear them before you see them. Low rhythmic chanting that slithers through the mist like a serpent hunting. The night is thick with the scent of smoke and damp earth, the moon a pale coin barely shining through the clouds above. And to the east, a crimson slash across the horizon that heralds the dawn not far away now. On a spike, raised up amidst them, is Jennifer, impaled. The women around her, dozens and dozens of them, surround the small, crumbling stone church where you find yourselves with the reverence of zealots and the hunger of predators. Each of them wears a red kerchief knotted tightly at the throat, the cloth stark against their sweat-slick skin. Their eyes burn with feverish light, some with tears of ecstasy, others with the gleam of violence barely restrained. In their hands they hold torches that spit and crackle, and long, jagged wooden spikes that glint like teeth in the firelight. They chant her name over and over. Lilith, mother of monsters. Lilith, first of blood. Lilith, breaker of chains. The words ripple like waves, crashing again and again against the silence of the church. The names roll like thunder across the field, shaking the air, rattling in your bones. It's not just devotion. It's ecstasy, violent and raw. One woman collapses to her knees, arms thrown wide, shrieking with laughter and tears. Another beats her chest with the hilt of her stake, blood running down her skin in rivulets. They cry out again, louder, until it feels like the stones beneath your feet tremble. Out there, they aren't women anymore. They're something else, something ancient and untamed. They are wind and fire and fury, the very essence of Lilith. The sound is hypnotic, primal. There is nothing tame in these women. Their hair is wild, their feet bare, their mouths open in devotion and rage. They sway as one body, a single entity possessed by purpose. One of them throws back her head and screams, not in fear but in exultation, and the others answer her with a shriek that splits the night. The torches rise high. You can feel years of neglect, abuse, and debasement bubbling up and being transformed in the cauldron of their faith into righteous rage and fury. You realize they wait only for the first rays of dawn to come for you. You don't have much time. What do you do?
I think Ada is looking at Jennifer impaled on the stake and trying to wrap her mind around what has happened, around what delusions of grandeur, of madness, of what happened during this time, because substantial time has passed. We can tell that much, right? From when we entered the church?
Yeah, the last kind of time you were aware of time was crawling near midnight, and now it's probably near 6 or 7 in the morning.
I think she looks at Vanessa and baby girl and we've lost time.
Is this some other fucking test? Is this just another test?
My Jennifer. Why? Was it not enough?
Something doesn't add up. Lilith uses pain to bring about clarity. This is pain for cruelty's sake. This is pain for... Where's that fucking Salus?
Well, then why don't we return a little bit of that pain? I see a lot of throats looking to be slit. You could see baby girl is worked up. She is panting heavily. She is looking at these women like they are food.
On the flip side, Vanessa is just becoming more and more closed. She's very confused. She has lost someone that she has admired and cared for. She feels that her history has been taken and she's left with such a void, and she doesn't know how to handle it right now.
Hey, Vanessa, stay with us.
Why? Why?
Because the only way we get through this is if we keep our eyes open and we look and we feel and we move through it. And I know for a fact you're strong enough to do it. I'm not telling you to stop feeling. I'm telling you to feel it and use it to fuel you.
You spoke of Lilith. You say to feel emotions, but those visions say no. She told me to give that up. She told me to give up my roots.
She
told me to feed the void. And now... And now, Jennifer... What more does she want from me?
That's not right. That's not right to ask you to give up yourself, to ask you to uproot everything that you know, and then you don't go into the garden as a clean slate. You don't ask a plant to grow from after taking away its roots. That's not how we grow the garden.
Then what spoke to me? If it wasn't Lilith, what spoke to me? Was I not good enough for your mother for her to speak to me?
This whole time she feels like she's around us, but it doesn't feel like she's in us. That's how Lilith communicates. That's how you cannot listen to anything around you. You cannot listen to. That's why when I first talked to you about this is why I said you have to look inside yourself and make your own decisions. If we bend a knee to that which is told to us, then we are no better than bending the knee and serving a jealous God, the same God that cast her out, the same fucking Lucifer that tossed her out. Whatever is going on here, it's steeped in deception. It's steeped in illusion. Lilith only brings about pain to bring about clarity.
I'm very tired.
Vanessa, I'm so sorry for what you were asked to give up. Is there any way you can reclaim it for yourself?
I don't know. But I won't stop until I know for certain.
And it sounds like we need another night or two to get things sorted.
Here, though? Where would we go?
North. We gotta cross the border. That's where That's where I think we can truly be found. This is not our final resting place. Baby girl, I know sure as fuck you're not gonna sit down and not make it out of this one.
I don't know why we're still here just talking about this and why we're not fucking killing every bitch around us. Don't you want vengeance, Vanessa? Don't you want that? For Jennifer? Wouldn't Jennifer want that? Look at them. Look at them all. They're just waiting for it. They fucking earned it, didn't they?
They're misguided.
They're fucking food, Ada. They're fucking food. Don't fucking forget it.
If they've been poisoned beyond all corruption, then we will weed them from the garden rather than let them fester and rot. But let us not forget the source of this. Let us not forget the one who praises Lilith's name like it's everything, when he directs every good action to be born from him. The one who takes credit for everything. I have brought you liberation through Lilith. I have done this. Look what I have done in the name of Lilith. It's all been centered around him. Vengeance is important. Retribution is crucial along the path, but it is not the end goal. The end goal is creation, and if it ceases to be, then we have surely lost our path. I'm not asking us to make it through this perfect without any fucking mistakes, but I am asking us to keep clear-headed about this.
Look, I'm not against getting Silas. Not for one fucking second. Don't doubt that for any iota of a second. But in case you've forgotten, we're the top of the fucking food chain here. Those things out there, that's dinner. Cattle. You want your retribution? Let's make an army of them. Let's bury them in the fucking ground and let them claw their way out just like we did. But if you don't want to do that, then let's ring the fucking dinner bell, 'cause I'm hungry.
You raise a good point. They want to be close to our mother. Let them claw their way through the dirt.
Yeah, now you're talking my language.
And then when they do, they will learn to think for themselves and not attribute everything good in their life to some random old-ass vampire who comes across their path. And let's make sure we give Jennifer something more artful while we're at it. She deserves something far more beautiful than a simple staking.
Anything you had in mind?
I
Vanessa?
know our best work. I think I can come up with something. Something very particular for Silas.
Good.
As you start preparing yourselves, as you anticipate what's to come, I'm going to ask you to do two things for me. One, I'm going to ask everyone to make a rouse check, just to see how the beast is doing down in there.
Ooh. That's a failure for me.
I have a weird question, Bleak.
Yo.
Can I voluntarily fail this?
Sure. You can let your beast go hog wild. Yeah,
she's pretty amped up right now. I think her fucks are not around anymore.
They've all fled the coop.
Yeah.
Where's everybody at then, hunger-wise?
2 for me.
Still at 0.
3.
And then I'm going to ask you to make me a wits and awareness roll.
You as in
All of
Joe?
you, sorry. All three of you.
Okay, all 3.
I'm also going to use my one night move on this.
I'm also gonna use my night move for this.
That's 3 successes for me.
How do we do that? If we use a night move,
It's
How do
two of the regulars
Yeah.
down where the dice thing is.
Are you rolling on demiplane or are you rolling your own dice?
I feel like I got 3 hunger rolling on demiplane. So did I just click 2 regular down
Yeah,
at the
you just
bottom?
add 2 regular dice, yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
5 success, no regular dice.
3 successes. One
Vanessa,
is on.
sorry, say that again, Ada.
1 is on a hunger die. I'm not sure, but 2 are on regular.
That's fine. All that matters is if you got 2 10s.
Heard.
Well, not 2 10s, sorry, but 2 onks with pips.
Gotcha.
If you have 2 of those, you have to tell me. Or
Sound-
if you have 1 with the little fangs. Vanessa, you're the one who feels it first. There's a change. You feel like when you sense, without seeing it, that someone is in the room with you. Feel a presence sort of manifesting, and as you turn your head and kind of try to see it, you just spot out of the corner of your eye in the shadows this strange figure that is keeping very much to the darkness, to the shadows, and is moving through the room, but kind of staying just out constantly, like in the corner of your eye a little bit. And as Vanessa starts to kind of look around like this, the other 2 with your 3 successes, you also now pick up that somebody else is in the church with you. And as you turn and look and try to spot the person, you see just this very dark, almost undefined shape hovering in the various shadows around the room.
Make yourself known if you wish for my acknowledgement. Who do I see?
As you say that, after a moment, you see a small door open in the back of the church, and in steps Nedra, and as she walks towards you, the presence that was in the shadow seems to dissipate or disappear. Nedra walks forward, but there's something strange about her. Her eyes are completely black, just these deep, inky pools of black. Her expression is slack, and she moves very, not stiffly, but her movements are not very smooth and fluid as they were before. She steps forward into the center of the room and looks upon all of you, and you suddenly feel that there's a presence beyond Nedra, beyond the person that is in front of you, which she still reads, not as a kindred. When she speaks, her mouth doesn't move, but you hear her voice, which is not her voice. It is a voice far older and far more distant, and far darker, that says, "I am sorry for Jennifer, but at the last, she understood what her role is in this, and she accepted gratefully."
And what exactly is that role?
To give you incentive. Now we see if you understand yours. and if you will be as graceful as she was.
And how exactly do you see these roles panning out?
You did wonderful work tending the garden, Ada. You nurtured it well in the time of nurturing. Long ago was the time of suffering. And then came the time of intuition or nurturing and gathering strength. But now is the time of darkness. A garden must in due time be scorched and destroyed, made fallow so the earth may regenerate itself and a new garden blossom anew. This is that time. And this is your task.
The task was to weed the garden to make room for new growth. To not forget our history, to not forget the pain. To use it to bring clarity to this generation and future. It was never about having a completely clean slate.
You believe you understand my garden better than I do.
I believe I've heard the voices speak through me, through the leaves, through the whispers in the garden. And now I think I'm hearing things differently. I think lessons are being taught through deception and illusion, and that does not align with any teaching, any research, any observations, anything that has been told prior.
Observations? Perhaps it's just that tending the garden in time of peace was easy. But now, these are the end times, the time when we rise and without mercy or pity we visit tenfold what was done to us unto those who have mistreated us, bent us, scarred us, stunted us, whipped and beaten and abused us, kept us silent and debased. It was the time of culling, dear Lilins, and I have chosen you for the task, but only if you are up to it. Tending the garden in time of peace is easy. But now is the hard part. For a time, I thought Amira would be my surrogate. But she failed her test, created a child that was so precious to her that she could not bear to do what was necessary, the greatest sacrifice of all. I saw you, Ada, through her eyes. How she loved you, adored you. The sound of your voice, the touch of your skin, the taste and smell of you, your heart and courage and tenderness and strength. She would not do as I asked. I then thought you might be the one, but I'm afraid you also failed.
Failed because
yourself,
I wouldn't bend my knee, that I wouldn't bare my neck.
Sacrificing yourself seemed to be just a little more than you are willing to give. So,
how can I call the garden if I bend my knee?
your role is not to decide your role. Your role is to do what I require. You are not forced to walk this path. You can
Yet I
walk off
choose to
into
do
the night.
so.
All of you can walk off into the night anytime you want. There are others. There's a special one in the shadow of the Holy Mountain up north. My hope was that the three of you would travel there and find her and protect her, kill for her, and if need be, die for her. You'll be my surrogate, carrying me in her breast and acting for me. In her I'll be reborn. Vanessa, I need you to teach her how to render judgment. Judy, teach her how to fight back. Ada, teach her our wisdom, how to tend the garden. But in order to give you this holy task, the catalyst to the darkness, we have promised this world of abuse. I must know that you will do anything that is necessary. And now's the time of darkness. The time of action and retribution, and those who have not the heart for it must be left aside. This is not about who you thought I was. This is not about how you think I should be worshipped. This is about whether or not you have what it takes to do what must be done now. We are in this situation because we have been meek, because we have been self-effacing, because we have been afraid to fight back, afraid to scream and demand what is ours by right. That time is no more. We all play our parts, and yours begin tonight if you want it. Silas, one of my most devout followers for over 400 years, has now served this purpose. These women out there with their wounded hearts and fierce determination have served their purpose. Will you serve yours?
Ada looks to Vanessa and Baby Girl between them to see how they're reacting to what their proclaimed purpose is.
Baby Girl is bouncing on the balls of her feet. So you want us to just mentor some woman up north? That's what you want from us? That's what you want? That's our job. That's our purpose. After we take out your trash?
Do you not value history? Do you not value the teachings we learned from it? Why have me give up my garden, my roots? I learned anger from my history, from my ancestors' history, from my sire. The anger that you saw in me, the judgment you saw in me, that is what made me what you believe what I can be. So why make me give that up? Unless that was not you and I was made a fool. And if that's the case, point me in a direction on where I can seek retribution.
The road you have followed was not in vain. It brought you here. There was perhaps a time when things could have been different. Alas, that time is gone. I swore that I would return and I would bring darkness to the world. And if, for some reason, you were deluded into thinking that my returning and bringing darkness to the world meant that we would all hold hands and walk together gamboling in the Garden of Eden that had been promised us in the beginning, well, that was your mistake. I am not called the mother of monsters, the mother of darkness, because I am soft and caring and willing to turn the other cheek. But if you are, then be that and live that. There is nothing left for this world but to be completely destroyed, everything replaced. This world was to be ours, and they took it from us, and they don't get to have it. And if you do not feel in your heart the burning desire for vengeance against each and every one of them, from Yahweh all the way down to the lowliest of man, if you do not have that, then I can see why you may have interpreted things the way you wanted them why you may have accepted things that fit into your own personal view of how things should be, but this is not about you. It has never been about you. It's not even about me. It's about what we do. And what we do is bring the darkness. And if you thought I was a gentle, caring mother that would take you to her bosom and run her fingers through your hair and tell you what a wonderful woman you are and how powerful you are, that would be doing you a disservice. There is nothing left for us in this world except for ash, and so ash we will give. But as I said, if you do not want this, and she points to the door she came in through, you can take a different path.
But pain is a tool. It is meant to bring clarity. We're not meant to recklessly kill and slaughter when there could be seeds to be planted. And you're saying we throw all that out?
Then be that thing. Walk through that door. That is not the path of Lilith. Forge your own path. Create your own path. Create your own beliefs. Create your own garden. Bring your own followers to you and dictate whatever you want. If you wish to walk the path of the Mother of Night, this is that path. This is the path of night, the path of darkness, the path of endings. There is nothing after we are done. We will not even be here. This is a path of retribution. If you've not ever felt aggrieved enough to want that level of retribution, then go be the thing you want to be. I am not keeping you here. I brought you here, and now I am giving you a chance to walk away, because now you know exactly what this entails. I will break this world. I will break it, and I will break every living thing in it and every unliving thing in it. Because that is all this world deserves.
So what makes you different from them? From God, from Lucifer, from Cain, from those who just sow destruction and make it into what they think it should be. You were supposed to be different. You were supposed to create a world where we could still...
According to who? To some scraps of texts you've read, to words from other Lilins who
don't talk
no
to me
way
like
of
I've
knowing.
never loved you, like I've never let your blood run through my veins, like I've never kindled your garden and tended your fire.
Yes.
Don't talk to me like I've never done what you've asked of me, because I have.
You have. And now I need something different from you. But if you do not want it, walk out that door. You hear a cheer outside. You suddenly see light flooding in through the windows of the church, and you realize that the garden that had been built in, this strange sort of briar garden where all the men's bodies had been buried, has been set alight. Flames roar now, surrounding the church. You can smell the burning, decomposing bodies of the men buried beneath it. The flames rise and the chant does. You realize that time has gone forward and you are that much more close to dawn. The women outside scream and yell and suddenly fall silent all at once. And as you watch the flames rise around the church, you see all of them swaying gently in time, completely silent. The flames reflected in their eyes as they look at the church. There's not much time left. The sun will be up soon. You have your orders, and if you do not want to follow them, you are free to leave. I will not hunt you or punish you in any way. You will do that to yourself. And as she says that, Nedra collapses to the ground and lays there unmoving. The last echo of her voice rings out. They will know why they fear the night, and why they should have feared us all along. And then they feel the presence gone.
I'm sorry.
Why the fuck are you apologizing?
Because I don't think I know what's... I don't think I know what's real anymore.
There is sometimes a saying I've heard over the years, and I think it rings true right now, that the daughter's first enemy, the first one to show her hate, is her mother. And that felt very poignant just now. I'm almost tempted to just do it. I've already paid my price. I can't go back to Newark. I left everything back in Louisiana, going to Newark. Why not be cold in Montreal? Is it something different?
I thought there was. I was told we would bring in a new age. We would write the text together. We would bring in a new life, one that is finally orchestrated by those who deserve to wield the power, by those who understand the hurt and have seen clearly through it, who know what it's like. This just feels like an abandoning of all that we've cultivated and worked to create and nurture. She said not even us will remain when everything is turned to ash. So what's the point?
History is written by those who have survived. That is why we have the texts that you have learned from. She said to do these things. She said to teach to judge, teach to fight, learn the history, to lead. But she didn't tell us how to specifically teach. That is still up to you to decide. Just because my roots are uprooted and withered, the lessons that I took from them, she can't take that. So how I judge is how the new one will judge. If baby girl chooses to take this path, how she fights is how this new one will fight. What you believe the garden to be, how you lead the garden, that is how she will lead the garden. Lilith can't change that. If she did, she would have wiped our memories clean and given us something in our place. But she did not. Because there's power in being, in a metaphorical sense, alive and not a ghost.
Maybe you should be the one to write the text.
I had other reading in mind.
Baby girl. What's your gut telling you?
Follow the path. If there's one thing that I learned in all of this and becoming and watching all my friends get old and fucking soft and giving up on everything that they fought so fucking hard for, what's gonna stop us from that? Eternity's a long fucking time to get old and fucking soft, isn't it? Why not just burn it all? Hit the reset button. Doesn't sound so bad, really. I don't know about you, but I don't want to end up like all the people in my life that I watched waste theirs. People who fought for their fucking ideas only to end up with the little white picket fence fucking American dream. Disgusting. Fucking bullshit. Burn bright. Die early, baby.
But death's simple. Burning it all is simple. If we choose to follow and walk a path, does it mean we have to walk it blindly? Or do we walk it the way that we know how? Do we walk it the way and lead by example of what we want the world to be? And maybe we burn so bright that we realize that our fires and the fires from afar, maybe we see each other in ourselves. Maybe there's a way to bring the paths back together. But just burning it all to ash, doesn't that sound simple, like something a man would do? It doesn't fit in their image, so they destroy it. That's what the patriarchy's done to us all so far. We have capacity for greater. You've been through more. You are greater than that, and I know that. And I know it's real simple, and I know it's real easy. You just want to give up. And just do what you're told. I don't know what the fucking right path to go down is, but I know that we have to keep going and we can't end here.
I don't know, Ada. I think the patriarchy is like Silas, a snake in the grass. They slither in. They get into the hen house and they start corrupting and manipulating and making you believe things you thought you'd never fucking believe until you're all fucking broken down and they're inside your mind and they control you. Is that what you want to do?
I don't want you to
want to
listen to
break
your mind.
others down so they follow your path? Or do you want to fucking destroy it all so there's no more fucking path to walk? I don't know. I kind of like Lilith's vision. I'm a bit of a fan, if you would say. I'm not here to tell anybody what the fuck to do. That's not my job. My job, it seems like, is to correct the ones that aren't listening and to make them stop listening to everything altogether.
You say that Silas is the snake. You would attribute him to the patriarchy, yet you want to follow in his footsteps and be her most loyal fire? Burn everything?
Doesn't sound so bad. Isn't this what you've been waiting for, Ada? Isn't this why we're here? Why did we come all this way? What are we doing? You're getting everything you wanted. Just because the terms have changed, now you're panicking? They haven't changed that much, have they?
I'm not panicking. I'm listening to what's inside me. I'm not listening to my mind, and I'm not listening to what I'm told. I'm taking in the information I'm given, and I'm feeling something deep within me. A fire in my gut. A fire that edges closer to the walls of this church. That burns all around us. I still have the fire in me. It's telling me to do something, but it's not telling me to just walk where I'm told. Maybe my path is different, but I will not sacrifice my intuition. I will not sacrifice that thing in my gut that tells me that this is partially right, but partially misguided. And I love her enough to tell. I love her enough to tell her to her face that I think she's wrong. And that I think she's lost the path. Because when you love, when you feel, when you look at things for what they are, you're not afraid to call them out, to call them in and to hold them accountable. And if that's my ending, then so be it. But I'm not going to destroy everything in this world just because I'm told to. Just because it's easier that way. It's gonna get messy. And I'm gonna
walk out that door.
You want me to walk out?
Of course I don't. You're the only friend I got here. You've been my only friend for a while now. Of course I want to see this fucking thing out with you. But I can't make that choice for you.
And I can't make yours for you. And I think if this is where your gut and your fire is telling you to go, then I think you go. Ada will take baby girl's hand and bring you in close. And I hope to everything in this world that our paths will cross again, if that's what it takes. Because I believe in you. And I think I really need to know that. I think I really need to know that this path is the right one. Or the one I'm meant to go on. Because there's probably not a right or wrong path with the world as fucked up as this. Whichever path we walk, I hope that mine crosses with yours soon.
You know, you can just take it one step at a time, Ada, right? You can walk the path a little bit. If it goes somewhere you don't like, she said you can always leave.
My plan's still to go to Montreal, so...
I'm here to tell you that those women out there aren't women. They're food. They'll always be food. But somewhere in Montreal, there is a woman who needs us, who needs our guidance. We should go to her. We should do what we're supposed to do and go to her.
Ada, I'm planning on taking this path, but I'm not taking it on her terms. I will be kicking and screaming. I will be a daughter she hates. I will be a daughter who hates her mother. Because I understand you. Your teachings, your philosophy, I understand it. I like it a bit more. But I also know that I can do something with teaching this new one. And as I mentioned, Lilith can't control what I teach. I'm making this my own path. But I'll just walk it her way for a while.
And in that, as you say that to Ada, you see the ever so slightly this change in the glint of her eye. As what you say resonates with her. And knowing that you can make more of a difference by playing along for a little bit. She nods at you and squeezes your hand as well. Well, I guess if for nothing else, we could at least make Jennifer proud. For now.
We get to eat Silas. I mean, look at the benefits here, honestly. That guy's a motherfucker. Do you think she did that to him on purpose, making him a mark, you know? 400 years, that's a long time to make a man suffer. That's really impressive, honestly.
Yeah, when you put it like that.
Baby girl, I will not oppose you to feed and be merry. But Jennifer did not kill women. For the last time, I want to at least respect that. But I will kill Silas.
Oh yeah, I'll take care of the dirty work out there. That's fine. I don't see a problem with that. But just to be clear, I don't kill women either.
Okay.
Are you
I'm also not hungry right now. There's no point of me eating if I'm not hungry.
Oh, that's fair. Are you still planning on putting them in the earth? You know what? I don't know if I want to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help a little bit with the earth thing. I guess I can do that. You can't get rid of the death and soul aspects of my old pack from me too much. I am kind of curious about the entire thing. Let's make new children.
It's a compromise of sorts, I think. It's not doing exactly what she wants, but we're walking the path in our way.
I mean, technically they're all gonna die anyways, right?
Yeah.
In a sense, yes.
There's no guarantee you crawl back out the earth.
Loopholes. There's always a loophole.
Always a loophole.
Then we work quickly. Dawn's rising. I got an extra hour, but you two gonna need to find a place to rest soon.
Yes. There is a small ritual that I do need to do before going to rest. At the very least, I can always wake up early if something triggers. So I'll do that in the meantime.
What do you do?
What's the status of this church on fire around us?
The church itself is not on fire, but there's a ring
That's
of
good,
fire.
because I was panicking.
Is it getting closer to us?
It is growing in intensity. The rock you can feel is starting to crack in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to feel really warm in here. it's dangerous to stay here.
Does baby girl see any kind of opening that they can get through to get past this ring of fire?
There are here and there places where the fire is either kind of tamped down a little bit or it wasn't quite as full, and there are like little places, but it's going to require that you do a raw strike roll to be able to get through it.
Okay. I think because baby girl is so amped up in this moment and she is like the bullheaded one of the group, she is going to lead out of this church and find one of those openings and try to lead the other women through.
All right, excellent. So as the lot of you then prepare to go out, is there anything you want to do or say before you head out through that door?
If it's hot in here, if there's a piece of metal or something, I think Ada would go and push up her sleeve and use the hot metal to burn into her skin to leave a remembrance of this.
Sure, you can definitely do that.
I think I'll do Silence of Death and Unseen Passage. And I think the only thing she'll say to herself is, the soul can never truly be erased, for I am me, and I am what I am because of my soul. There's always a small bit of light, even when darkness truly thinks it's raining. And she'll be as silent as the grave and move. And do the rouse check for that. And I've passed.
Baby girl, as they're leaving, is going to activate lethal body on herself.
Excellent.
It doesn't cost me anything.
Okay. As you head out the door and face the flames and see the women suddenly all stop their swaying and pick up the screaming of Lilith's name again and brandish their torches and pikes, I'm going to ask each of you to make a willpower roll to resist the Roshrek fear of the fire.
Where's my willpower?
Can we use night moves on this?
On willpower rolls, no.
Okay.
Okay.
But if you fail it with like a crit or something, then you can't add extra willpower. What you can do is if you fail it, you can spend a willpower to push it away for a scene. So you get the roll first, but then you can opt to spend a willpower if ever you fail the roll.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a willpower because I failed miserably.
Thank you, Bradley. One more time. Bradley, around the sun, you guys are getting some good help from Bradley there.
Hey, wow. Thanks, Bradley.
Thank you.
I got 2 regular successes and 2 with pips.
Is one of them from a hunger die?
Nope. I still don't have a hunger.
Damn it.
I got 5 successes total. 1 regular, and then I did roll a crit, not on hunger.
You push through your fear as you step outside and are confronted with this fire. You've heard, some of you at least have heard of stories of Lilins forcing themselves to walk onto fire, onto hot coals, to as part of a ritual of suffering to help themselves gain enlightenment. And you sort of feel that way as you step through and through this ring of fire. The women outside in a mass frenzy of fervor and bloodlust and anger and everything else just rush forward, and the path is that little stone path that leads up, sort of comes up between some of the briar that's on fire, and then they rush towards you, and you stand there and you watch these dozens and dozens of women come rushing at you. Tell me, what are you like in this instance? What do you do? What is it that... Narrate for me what your character does throughout this scene of these, like I said, dozens and dozens of human women who have no combat training whatsoever. Just this kind of religious fervor, charging you with wooden spikes and with torches and whatnot, and just sort of swarming you and encircling you. Narrate for us a little bit what your character's like and what they do in this particular situation, in this flood of death that is coming towards them. Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first since I'm probably ahead of the pack on this one. Baby girl's activated lethal body, which basically makes her a fucking gnarly weapon against humans especially. And she is, as the first one comes in, stake out, she is like grabbing fists full of stake and snapping hands basically until they're just dangling, grabbing necks, biting into them, tearing flesh. There's just, in no time flat, there is just blood covering her as she's just drinking freely from them. Anyone who's trying to come out the side from her or anything like that, she is very skilled in melee and athletics. It is just a free-for-all buffet for baby girl of violence right now, what she is doing. Ada, I would say you've probably never seen baby girl like fully fucking unleashed like this before. It is brutal, and there is no holding back here.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a part of her that is proud to see you in action, and like despite the circumstance not feeling quite as she expected, seeing baby girl do what she does and to like follow her blind intuition, like I think she is proud of you. As far as what Ada is doing, was Nadra in the chapel? Was she gone?
No, she
Fully?
had collapsed to the floor and wasn't moving.
I think Ada goes back for her and wakes her, if I can.
Her eyes will kind of flutter open, but you can tell that she's very she's gone. She's like barely there. She is as if she had been deeply drugged or something to that effect, but her eyes do kind of flutter open.
Joe isn't familiar exactly with the embrace process, but
it takes a long while. It takes a scene, just so you know, but you would basically start by draining them, and then after that giving them your own blood, and if you want to do it Sabbat style, eventually you have to bury them, but that's up to you.
Yeah, I think that she would, since that was her understanding of the plan, I think she would do that for Nedra. And like as she's going through this process, she's also pouring in her thoughts and planting seeds within Nedra's subconscious of following the path of Lilith, but also challenging it and doing what feels closest to her divine feminine intuition, that's the only way she truly believes you can walk the path, even though being told otherwise. She's still gonna fight, and she's still going to plan instructions for Nedra, and if anyone, any of these other women awake and claw their way out of the earth, then she's going to put her in charge of them and lay the groundwork there.
And what about Vanessa?
I think during the walk, she is keeping to the shadows just to ensure that her silence of death is kept active. But I think during the entire time, because you can still at least whisper a bit, there is this very soft, very haunting, almost not childlike, but just faint wail, almost like a banshee walking through a village, hailing a death that has occurred. Whenever one of the women walks past her as she moves through the shadows, it's the wail that they hear. It's a tickle in the back of the mind. Blink if you miss it, turn and you no longer there. But it's the wail of guilt being implanted. A wail of anger and rage to implant on these women for how Vanessa feels, how they were manipulated by the very beings that they sought to liberate themselves from.
I'm going to ask each of you to give me 3 rouse checks.
Question, because I'm actively drinking from these women.
Yeah, it's just give me the rouse checks. It's for something.
Okay.
I'm finally hungry again.
Just tell me how many you succeed and how many you fail.
2.
2
Are we-
succeed or 2 failed?
2 succeeds.
2 failures.
Criticals. Pips on rouse checks don't mean anything, right?
That's right.
2 successes out of 3.
You step outside, move through the fires. You see Ada turn around and head back into the church. And before you can ask her what she's doing or kind of understand what's going on, the women are upon you. You watch as baby girl just goes completely feral. Her beast just let out and ripping through. And as these women kind of just swarm over you and almost kind of like bury you underneath their sheer numbers, their torches swinging at you, their wooden spikes trying to impale you, piercing through your legs and through your arms. You fight like a demon possessed, ripping throats, ripping skins, ripping arms and faces, and blood gushing everywhere. You're the same thing. You're a bit more calculated, Vanessa, in your moves. You use your stealth and your ability to hide and remain silent to take them by surprise from behind, cut them, attack them. But even as you're doing this, there are just too many of them, and you feel their bodies pressing on you. And as you gnash and claw and fight and punch, and at first you're kind of making a dent into it, but there is just too many of them. The sheer number of them is just overwhelming. And as you keep on fighting, eventually they just bodily just pile on top of you, and there comes a time where you can't move and you can't do anything, and you're still giving it everything that you can, but you're feeling like this massive body is just sort of swarming over you like worms, just gathering, or these maggots just kind of crawling all over a body, and in time just managing to sort of eat it all. And watching this be like one of those time-lapse videos of that happening, and you're feeling yourself kind of being pulled under, and you feel the beast just wanting to be let out and clawing out of you to try and be let out and sort of reach out Ada, you walk inside the church. You hear the fighting, the screaming outside, the sheer volume of pain, and the smell of blood and the flames and the fire that just reach you. And you walk inside and you try to wake up Nedra. As you see her eyes sort of flitting open, you bite into her neck. You start drinking her blood. You pull on it, seeking to empty her out of everything. Once you've managed to do that, once you've managed to empty her out and she's just about to die, you open your own veins and you start feeding her your blood, and you don't even really realize what's going on around you. You're so intent on what you're doing. Eventually you hear footsteps coming up around you. You feel this kind of darkness coming up around you and overwhelming you. Also, you feel the pain of these wind stakes piercing you and piercing your body and ripping through you. Eventually, darkness, as promised by Lilith, claims all of you, enshrouds you, carries you downward. The place you go to is strange. It's void of anything, void of sound, void of light, void of other presence. It's just pure emptiness, pure darkness. You, for a moment, realize this is what it's going to be like. This is what the garden is going to be like after Lilith has returned and done what she wants to do. Will be this total absence of anything and everything. You yourself feel disembodied, non-existent. You feel as if every part and bit and tiniest parcel of your being has been pulled apart, spread out like fine dust. All your cares, everything that you've done so far, everything that you hoped for, all the moments of love and tenderness, moments of pain, moments of fear have all just disappeared, and there is just nothing. And you realize you don't even feel the presence of the beast anymore. That thing, that motor that's been driving you for so long is completely gone. Then you remember the last time you felt like this. The last time you had an experience that was in any way, shape, or form similar to this was in those first few moments after you woke up in that grave where you had been put by your sire after they embraced you and in the Sabbat fashion buried you, see if you would claw yourself out of it. This deep, dark hole of nothingness, the panic that seized you in that moment, that forced you, that gave you that desire, that will, that strength to claw through the earth and make your way out, that ripped you apart and that shredded your humanity and took it from you. And then you think, the last time before that I probably felt this way was back in the womb, before I was aware of sounds, of people touching your mother's belly, of speaking to you through the belly. That awareness. There is a feeling of the rebirth, but an uncertainty as to what's on the other side of it. You open your eyes. The three of you are lying on the floor of the church. The church is old, empty, abandoned. Pews have been moved out a long time ago. There are no more decorations. There's no art, just a lot of dust. Doors open and you can see outside. No fire, no women, no smoke, no blood. The moon is still high up in the sky. The three of you sit up. There is just silence around you. Silence of the empty church. Ada, you have one more hunger. Vanessa, you have one more hunger, and Creep, you have two more hunger. Your failures on the rouse checks have an effect. You feel that hunger staring deep inside of you, some of you more than others. I don't think anyone's at 5, but...
Now Ada is now bleeding from her hands, from her wrists, from a band across her forehead, from her feet.
I've seen one of our kind before that had that affliction. Not pretty, but you look very lovely with it.
She just reaches out and touches your face.
Mm-hmm.
And baby girl as well.
I'm at 4 hunger. Her bleeding and touching me, is that going to be a problem? Because I feel like that might be a problem.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Sorry,
that's going
Ada.
to be a problem.
No, it's okay. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're going to give me a willpower roll.
Oh boy.
Actually, sorry, not a willpower roll. You're going to do a rouse check.
Oh boy. This could be real problematic.
Let me
Oh, it's a
double-check my blood
success.
addiction as well.
It's a success. You manage to... The smell of her blood, the kindred blood, especially after you just... Imagine that you went to bed starving and you dreamt all night of eating your favorite food, and then you wake up and it's there on the night table next to you. Like that blood calls to you, and you find your fangs extending in your mouth, and your mouth fills with saliva, and you're just already drinking it as she approaches you. And Ada, you see this, and you see this look in her eye. She's not even looking at you, she's just looking at that. And you manage, baby girl, with the barest amount of leeway to clamp down on it. But you know you have to get away from her, or it's gonna come back.
Yeah, at seeing that, I'll retract my reach for both of them.
I think baby girl kind of scurries back a little bit, crouches in the corner, and is just staring at you.
Yeah. I didn't think of that. I've never she just like wipes her hands on her clothes and around and starts looking around confused.
I'm remaining calm so I do not panic. Should I try? Ada, I'm assuming you need to eat. Baby girl, I know you definitely need to eat. Should I try to find someone in the area, or how do we want to go about this? Again, try not to panic about what has literally fucking happened, so I'd rather be preoccupied with finding food for people. I'm peckish, but I'm good right now.
What was that? Another dream? Another vision? You were all there. Were you there?
Yeah.
I saw we came in this church. There's a man who strung up bodies across the church for us, and then we were not there. Then we bound ourselves to each other, but Jennifer was there until there was another vision, and then she wasn't. Then she was outside.
I'm holding on because if I think for a second that there's potential that Jennifer is alive and then she is not, I will start crying blood, probably. I'm not sure. I haven't cried as a kindred in a very long time, so I don't know what will happen, honestly. I don't want to think about that right now.
I think Ada just goes outside of the church and like touches the grass and like the trees and everything and looks around for a sign of anything that they witnessed.
I think baby girl follows her out and is like sniffing the air and kind of like searching out a little further, looking to find anybody out here, if they're alone, what's happening.
You run outside and you first of all see that there is no garden, no buried bodies, none of that. You don't see a wooden spike with a Jennifer impaled on it either. There's just an empty field out front of this church. You can see that there are still the other 3 little low buildings around it, but they are dark. There's no light coming from them. You smell the smoke of chimneys coming from the village nearby. There is there's a sense of quietude, of peace, of just a quiet country night. Nothing sort of untowards or amiss.
I think Vanessa, she stayed in the church while everyone else went out. And I think she's just kind of wandering around to see if maybe, kind of similar, see if there's any sign of what has happened in the church.
You see nothing.
As Ada pulls up her sleeve, is there a burn?
No.
Is there branding? If none of that was real, then where's Jennifer?
Are there other
No.
buildings?
There's
Sorry.
the other 3, yeah. There's still the other 3 little low buildings. When you had seen them the first time, there was light coming from them. Now there isn't. The doors are closed. There looks to be locks on them, like they've been locked to prevent vagrants or whomever from entering them. You can see at this point, if you look towards the church, that there was a lock on this church also, that it's very much a kind of abandoned place, but the lock has been broken or opened in some way, shape, or form. The chain hangs on limply on the door, and there's a padlock on the ground in front of it.
I would like to sneak over to one of those buildings.
No
I
problem.
feel like she's fucking desperate right now. She's so fucking hungry.
Are you actually sneaking, or?
Oh yeah, I'm actually sneaking.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll, so dexterity and stealth.
Yep, I'm also going to use a night move. That is 4 successes.
You are quiet as a mouse as you approach one of the buildings. You don't see anything around it or in it. The locks are intact on the doors. You peer through the windows and you just see an empty space that has been gathering dust for some time. It seems to be like this was probably some sort of rest area before for pilgrims or something like that, but it hasn't been used in a long time.
I think in her desperation, she checks the next 2 buildings. Just hope.
You go through the other buildings and it's the same situation in all of them.
I think in the distance, you 2 hear, "Fuck!"
What is it?
Nobody fucking here. There's nobody fucking here. I'm so fucking hungry.
I have We gotta get back in the truck. With my bag. I have some.
Thank you.
There also might be more corn nuts for you too.
Sorry. Thank you, Hack Sleep, for the raid. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. I'm doing horror stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay.
I was just making a joke. There might be
Baby girl like comes stomping up. This is not a corn nuts hunger. Okay, not a fucking corn nuts hunger.
Yeah, I've got
Let's
blood too. Come on.
As we're getting to the vehicle, though, I'm gonna check my body. Is a snake on me still? Is Susie Sue here?
Yes, she is.
Oh, thank God.
But you think I heard the snake?
I don't fucking know. They don't call you whimsy season, bud.
That's true.
Susie is still there.
As
She seems
Vanessa's
unperturbed.
As Vanessa's leaving the church, I'm gonna have a sense the unseen turned on just in case there's weird shit happening on the other side.
I will say this, that while it's not strictly within the purview of that power, well, actually, yeah, I guess. Can you remind me what allows you to see? I think it's like ghosts and spirits and things of that nature, but I want to see if there's something else.
When there's something supernatural hiding in plain sight, if the vampire is actively searching for a hidden supernatural entity, anything that's basically just not mundane, something trying to hide itself, that vibe.
I think you would see that the area is filled with a number of angry spirits. Very much like you'd seen when you came in and you did the same thing. I don't know if it was you or somebody else, but someone had done
that. Do they look like the people we saw when we were in the village originally?
They all, first of all, they all look like men. That's one thing you can tell for sure, but whether or not they're the same people, it would be difficult to tell.
Right, okay. Well, at least some events may have still taken place. Interesting. She'll follow last to the car.
So you go back down towards where your car was parked. I'm going to ask you this. You tell me what you want to do. You can go the way you came up, which was through the village, which is the shorter route, or you can take a bit of a roundabout route that's not going to take you through the village, and they'll get to the gas station. So tell me what you want.
I feel like with how hungry Ada and baby girl are, they're just beeline it as quick as we can, the way that we know. Whatever the most direct path is.
As you approach the tiny little village, you get a sense of deja vu. You start seeing the men's bodies just around the limits of the village itself. They're not reclaimed by the ground, they're not part of the ground, they're just lying wherever they fell. A few days dead for sure. Carrion have been at them. And as you walk closer and closer to the center of town, more and more of them are there. The smell is atrocious. They've been just lying out here baking for a number of days now. There are carrion birds and other creatures everywhere that fly off at your approach and then come right back to reclaim their lunch. There are dozens and dozens of dead men. And as you approach the village proper, you can see lights on in some of the houses, lights on in the store, lights on in the bar, lights on in things. There's music, people talking, there's people going about their business. When I say people, I mean women. You just see women just going about their business as if the dozens and dozens of dead bodies were not there.
These are human women?
Yes.
Do I see any alone?
You could certainly walk into someone's home, or there's maybe someone out smoking on a porch or something.
I'm really hungry. I think you, Ada, maybe catch baby girl staring at a woman on the porch, smoking a cigarette. She's basically drooling. I guess we don't have to go very far for dinner, do we?
It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do.
I'm going to stealth up and get myself a little snack.
As you walk up towards the house, sort of stealthy, are you going to reveal yourself at any point in time, or do you want to just do this full-on stealth and then kind of try to surprise the person?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna, if she's alone and I don't see any like immediate threat of being caught in the act, I'm fucking hungry. So she's gonna go full stealth and do the like hand clap over the mouth, sink teeth into neck. Good night, sister.
Dexterity stealth.
Gonna use another night move.
Okay, no,
Oh no.
Made that front page.
What is going on, Demiplane? Hold on, I have to refresh Demiplane. It's been doing this thing lately where it doesn't want to actually roll the dice. Right.
What are Ada and Vanessa doing during this time? Just watching this, or what are you?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just still observing, watching the ghosts to make sure they don't do any weird shit.
They're just hovering around, pissed off. Most of them are on
Yeah,
their body.
Yeah, I didn't do this to you, so don't be pissy with me.
What?
Oh, the ghosts of the men are wandering, mainly close to their own bodies, but they're pissy right now.
You can see them. Can you talk to them?
Not really. That's other gifts that I did not obtain. Maybe in the future one day. That was a part of the curriculum of my previous pack. I didn't get to that point yet, though.
4 successes. Like a shadow, you spring out of nowhere, and all that people see is she disappears and the cigarette tumbles and falls to the ground. You bite into her, start drinking. Are you going to kill this person as you drink, or will you stop before you?
I finished the job.
You feel her eventually go limp, and you realize you've been pulling for a few moments and that there's nothing left. She has shriveled up and is very, very dead in your arms. The upside for you is that you have no longer any hunger, so you can resolve the hunger on your sheet.
I am going to...
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry,
No,
go ahead. I'm going to find somewhere to kind of like tuck her away when I'm done, so no one finds her while we're still wandering.
No problem. Bonesy. You come back, blood all the way down your balaclava and your t-shirt.
Not my baklava.
Or baklava in your t-shirt. Feeling a little better.
I feel great. She's got like her like pit back to her step.
You feel great. You look great. Happy for you.
Thanks, Vanessa. I feel a lot better. Yeah. Really needed that.
What do you do?
Did you see Nedra or Satlas anywhere?
No, I haven't seen anyone.
They're,
The ghosts of the dead men are around.
Oh. Oh,
They're not
did you
bothering
ask
people.
them, maybe? Can you talk to them?
I I can't.
Oh,
Didn't
okay,
reach that
not like
curriculum yet.
Right, not like a two-way street. Okay. I mean, I can sneak around. I'm feeling a lot better now, so I'm feeling way more capable. Heads on straight. I could do a little recon mission in the shadows, sneak around, see if I can see, Silas, Nedra, or we could just get the fuck out of here and go north. Just keep moving north.
That's true. Maybe we're not made to make sense of this. But first, Ada will also look towards someone who is off on their own.
You will be able to find someone. How would you like to approach them?
I would like to go into a dark, secluded place nearby to them, and then use my Melpomene voice to lure them around the corner.
What do you say?
Hey. Hey. Come here for a second. Can you do me a favor?
Hey there, that you?
Come
Quit
here.
it. What are you doing? He kind of starts moving towards you a little bit.
I need a little bit of a favor. What's your name?
And then she sees you and she's like, "What?
You
Trudy?"
see, I'm hurt, Trudy. I'm hurt real bad.
Who are you? Where are you hurt?
I'm hurt somewhere deep down, so deep that you can't reach it.
Are you high?
No. No, I'm real down low. Can you come here and promise not to scream for me? Unless you want to.
It's sounding a little iffy there. You sure you're okay? If you're a goddamn tweaker, I swear to fucking God.
No. I've never used a drug like that in my life.
She has come close now. She's a few feet away from you. Kind of trying to peer through the darkness better. Do I know you?
Would you like to?
Are you using any power other than
Yeah, I'm
power?
using awe. I should say that.
Yeah, because I'm like, at this point, she's just gonna run away because this is creepy as fuck.
I don't know. I thought it might be hot, and maybe I thought I could
No,
just
don't get me
sapphic
wrong, it
lure
is,
and-
but like to this,
You
this
look
person
like
who's
Jesus
like
just bleeding in front of this lady.
surrounded by
That's
dead
alright.
bodies, she's like, man. So
Where's that good old Southern hospitality? Come on now.
knowing that, she kind of approaches a little bit more, and she's like, I don't know where you came from, but she kind of saddles over. Think I wouldn't mind getting to know you a little better.
Oh. Then show me how good of a girl you can be for me and stay real quiet. I promise I'll take care of you.
Her eyes grow wide a little bit, and she just stands
Can you
and
do-
stares at you, mouth open.
Can you do that for me, Trudy?
Yes, ma'am.
Do that and I promise you'll be okay. And then I'll cover her mouth, and as gentle as I can, I'll feed from her.
And as the chat is dying, do you kill her?
No.
You drain her? Okay. So, you will be able to erase everything except to one hunger.
Yippee.
You
Save the bagged blood for the road. Car
Yeah.
snacks.
you bite into her, and she falls prey to the ecstasy of the bite, and her arms sort of go limp, and you carry and you drop her to the ground, and you drink your fill, and when you're done, you sort of pull away from her and wipe your mouth, and she's very weakened by the loss of blood, but you know she's not going to die, and her eyes just flutter and look at you and go, you're definitely not from around here.
You got that right. And I'll kiss her cheek. And I'll leave her be.
She'll fall asleep and dream really, really horny dreams.
Good girl.
Reeve, do you need to go air out the baklava for a moment? Everyone's sweating to the oldies now. Everyone's sweating and barking. What is Vanessa doing?
She only has one hunger right now, so there's no need for her to really go over the board. But
So-
I think she'll kind of watch to see if maybe Jennifer have a small hope, a tiny hope of maybe Jennifer will pop up.
You don't see Jennifer anywhere. And eventually the other two come back. You can smell the blood on them, but they seem content. What do the three of you want to do?
Well,
Go to the car, go north.
I think so. If there's no sign of Jennifer, if there's no sign of... What the fuck happened?
Maybe there would be like a sign of her in the car. I don't know.
Maybe.
We can look there at least. I don't think
Yeah.
she's here. I mean, I can look around if you want. Option is still there. Sneaky recon mission. Look for Jennifer.
I think we should go. It's okay.
Well, maybe she's already there.
God, why does Lilith's chosen have to be in Montreal? Why couldn't it be somewhere warmer? Granted, we don't feel temperature anymore, but God, Montreal? Ugh. Canada?
Walking towards the gas station where you left the truck. You leave the village behind, and the dead bodies start to become fewer and fewer, with only one once in a while. As you are approaching, kind of one of the last bends before you know you'll get to the gas station, just standing there leaning against a telephone pole with a light on it that's just shining down on top of him, you see Silas. He is leaning back against a pole, smoking a cigarette as he watches you walk towards him.
Ugh, a white man jump scared. Ugh.
I take it you ladies had a fine evening?
Fuck you.
Well, it was interesting to say the least, but I guess you've somehow managed to please the Dark Lady herself if you're still upright.
I'm surprised you've managed to please her at all, considering with what lack of you're working with.
Lady, you can say whatever you want, think whatever you want. I've been doing this for longer than you've been alive and dead, and
Oh, you reek of age, I'm aware.
I just simply wanted to see you off. So, not often that I get to meet other Lilins so touched and chosen by the Dark Mother herself. It's been enlightening. I was also told to give you an opportunity if you wanted it. I am told you're very angry with me. He flicks his cigarette away and he steps forward and he's just got his hands out and he's like, there's your opportunity if you want it. She has told me to give it to you. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go down without protecting myself, but we may never see each other again, so you do what you think you must.
Just answer me truthfully, at the very least. What we saw of Jennifer, all of that true?
Jennifer is gone. The dog mother had plans for her. She accepted. If you're lucky, you may run into her again someday.
I think Vanessa will put on her claw nails and she'll just go up to Silas and just hard slap him across the face with the nails on.
You slap him, he takes it, your nails draw blood from his cheek. Was that as good for you as it was for me?
I hope there is some hunter out there who will hog-tie you and they get to watch you bake. I'm only sad that I'll get to miss it. I don't want her consolation prize. And she'll go into the car.
Ada is very closely watching baby girl.
Baby girl side glances Ada. I remember being given a job. Do you?
I believe our job is to go with our intuition, our gut, what we feel is right.
Yeah.
I walk the path to the best of our ability, but you know I do support women's rights and women's wrongs.
So do I!
I got a real strong feeling in my gut right now.
That's the only thing I would ask. Don't let him enter the garden through a pitiful admittance into yourself. Other than that, whatever you want to do, I have your back.
She dead sprints him.
Okay. What do you do?
I
You
am
come rushing
going straight
towards
for
him?
his neck. Yeah. She is trying to bite down. I would say in this moment, this is gonna be like a grapple situation. Like she is trying to fucking jump on him and bite down into his neck and just start training.
That is going to be strength plus brawl.
I gotcha. I'm gonna use a night move.
Okay.
I'd like to actually use 2 night moves for this if I can. I can
Sure.
use 2, right?
Go,
Yeah. Okay.
go to
Cool.
town.
Yeah. Fuck this guy. I don't like him.
Vanessa's watching from the car being like, yeah!
Ada would have her feral weapons out, like just ready should the time arise, but following baby girl's lead.
That was the worst roll ever. I mean, it's 3 successes, but I just rolled 11 dice. That's crazy.
Willpower reroll!
You can spend a willpower and reroll up to 3 of those dice.
And
Yeah,
then more
sure.
and use more night moves.
Yeah.
Can I do that, please?
Yeah, sure. Go to town. Go to
Yeah.
town.
Okay, all right. We'll use 2 more night moves and a willpower. Yeah, so that's 5 successes. That's way better.
Much better.
Yeah.
So you kind of take him by surprise a little bit. He wasn't fully expecting that. So you reach him, you jump on him, and you sink your fangs down into his neck. He grabs you and sort of pulls you down onto the ground with him. Go ahead and give me a willpower roll.
That's not a success. Nope.
The blood as it gushes into your mouth is the single best thing you've ever put in there. It is so potent, so powerful, so rich, so old. It just drives you completely crazy. And here is your choice. Your choice is to either... You have two choices. We can roll to see if you frenzy, or you can decide to what's called ride the wave. Now, the difference is this. If you frenzy, if you don't ride the wave and you frenzy, I control your character. If you decide to ride the wave, you get to decide what your character does in the frenzy.
Okay.
You can either take a chance of not take a chance of not frenzying, or you just go with it, but then you get to control what you do.
So I feel like she, at her core, is very much so a Sabbat. And she, even though she heard and took in what Ada said to her, the idea of devouring this man and trapping him inside of her is very entertaining to her. And she is going to ride that fucking wave.
You
He's
let
a prisoner
the
now.
beast sort of go in a matter that you get to control it. And you start pulling and pulling on him. You notice he's not putting up much of a fight. He's sort of... You're not sure if it's the ecstasy of the bite or if it's just what he's been ordered to do or what, but he's not really fighting you off. So in order to attempt Diablerie, as we've done this once before with Ava, but we will check it out again. In order to attempt Diablerie, you will have to do you're going to have to do strength and resolve tests.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to do a number of them equal to his blood's potency.
Okay.
All right. The difficulty for these tests is 3, so you need 3 successes on each of these.
Okay. So strength plus resolve.
Yeah. So
Okay.
start with that. You can use...
Bleak,
Yes.
I've been watching and waiting. Is there indication from the outside of what is happening, and can Ada intervene?
I think it's super clear what's going on. So you can choose to do whatever you want from it.
Now, because I don't know, as a player-wise, is there a way to intervene and stop a Diablerie if you also go in on feeding?
If you participate in the Diablerie, if you do, both of you will do the tests, and then it will be randomly decided who gets the actual Diablerie, because you can't have both of you can't have it unless
There's
you
a merit, but yeah.
there's a Tremere ritual that does that, but in this particular case.
Yeah, that's not what I'm looking to do. I guess I'm more asking, is there, other than separating them, is there a way to intervene with the Diablerie?
Yeah, if you, for example, cut off his head, he's old enough that if you cut off his head, he would turn to ash, and there would be nothing to Diablerize, because the Diablerie is going to take a full scene, which means it's going to take a good half hour.
Ada would do that. She does not want him to enter the garden through any of us.
Okay, so Creep, go ahead and give me your first strength plus resolve roll.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and use 2 more night moves because we have so fucking many.
And whilst that is happening, Ada, you're going to need some kind of sharp weapon or a piece of steel or something. Now, there's a garage nearby, so you can probably find something. So I'm going to ask you to make me a wits plus investigation roll to try and find something that you can use.
And my head's right there by his head too, so don't fucking miss, bud.
I will use every last thing I have to make sure I don't hit you.
That's 6 successes from me, Bleak.
Can Vanessa make a check to see if she is understanding what Ada's trying to do?
Yeah.
She's just watching this entire thing.
Unless you want to ask Ada, I'm going to say that you can make a, I would say make an intelligence plus insight roll.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was wits and awareness for me.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I'm gonna use 2 night moves.
Okay. You had 6 successes, Creep, on your first roll, which is great. So you like feel like the very essence of him start to sort of pull out of him and fill you. As you do that, you get a sense of his life, 400 plus years. You get a sense of his full-on devotion to Lilith. You get a sense of his willingness to sacrifice himself, to do anything for her. Everything that he's done, you get a sense of it, like all the killing, all the everything that he's done for her is kind of overwhelming. Like, this guy has been the number one Lilin that's ever been. What did you get, Ada?
That's 8 successes with crit on regular die. Okay,
so you very easily find something. You get to the gas station and you look around, and you easily find, like, inside there's like a little meat market, and you find like a pretty big knife, and you kind of turn around and head back on your way out with it. What did you get, Vanessa?
I got 1 regular success, 2 successes with pips, and 1 pip that has that is from the hunger die. So 3 pips all overall, but 1 of them is from hunger.
Oh, that's a messy critical. I like it. Do you want to ride it? Do you want to take it, or do you want to spend a 9 move to avoid the messy critical part?
I'm gonna night move because I have so many to spare. You know, to take this away from you.
Boring. You clearly see with your success one, as soon as she comes back out with the blade, you understand what's going on with that. Creep, go ahead and make me your second strength and resolve roll.
I'm going to be using 2 more night moves on this.
I love it.
Cool, that's another 6.
Again, all of this history, this life of him just pours into you. The first thing you realize is you're not done. There's still more. This guy has a pretty high potency. But now you're getting a sense of who he was, where he comes from. He's not American. He comes from Europe somewhere. He has a strange... As you drain him, as you drink from him, and as you're getting all this thing, you see him variously through life as a magician, as a card sharp, as an illusionist, things of that nature, and you start getting a sense of who he was in his blood, and you click on the fact that he is Ravnos.
Mm-hmm.
What do I know about that?
I don't know. What do you know about that? Let's do a intelligence plus occult roll.
I'm gonna know not diddly squat about that. I can guarantee it. That 1 success.
Yeah. Doesn't mean much to you. Just seems to
Okay.
be. You continue draining him. You're the second 6, but you still have to go. This guy's got high blood potency, and you're still draining. Ada is making a beeline, and we'll deal with that in a second. Vanessa, what do you do now that you realize what's going on? What do you do?
She's gonna get out of the car, and she thinks of the painting, Judith beheading Holofernes, and I think in a means of also being justice is blind, she will not partake in either helping baby girl or helping Ada, but she would also just like to pull on Silas's hair to expose his neck more, and whatever happens, happens, baby.
You reach down and grab the hair and pull at it. Ada, you come in swinging, so I'm going to get you a chance to swing before we get to the next pull from baby girl. You're going to give me a strength plus melee roll. All I'm going to
'cause-
say is do not fail.
Because before you said that the span of this takes a whole scene, like half an hour. Is
Yeah.
there any chance that I can like talk to BB Girl and try to reach her? And
Yeah, absolutely.
pull
If
her
you
out
want to
of-
do that, I just thought that you weren't going to do that, so I figured we'd just kind of get it rolling. But if you want to try to talk to her, you can. So you can, as you arrive with the thing and you see Vanessa pulling the hair and you see BB Girl right on there, and go ahead.
Yeah, I'll prime the like right before I wind up and go down. But baby girl, listen to me. And just listen to my words and use it to think for what you really want. Do you really want to go and delve to the deepest depths of his soul and know who he is on such an intimate level that he will always be a part of you? Because I have no doubt in you that you will come out on top. I have all the faith in you that you will keep him pushed down and trapped as your prisoner for all of eternity. But do you want to hold on to this man that you have described yourself as a snake who has weaseled himself into these spaces, who has taken up a head of leadership in this space for so long? Do you want to let him enter the garden through you? Do you want him to always be there, present in the back of your mind, telling you these things, showing you his perspective? Because there might be value in it, but it might be the greatest regret of your life or unlife. Or do you want to choose to let your path be your own? And do you want to walk with just your voice and not his, always there, always present in the back of your mind?
My first question for you, Ada, is do you use any powers as you say this?
I'm not trying to manipulate her. I'm just trying to reach her.
Creep, if you want to hear her, you have to spend a willpower. You notice that someone's talking at you, but if you want to be able to pay attention to what they're saying to begin with, you have to spend a willpower.
I'm sorry, Joe. You just hear that horrific, wet, sucking sound. She's not giving up.
You realize she's not even hearing you. The beast has taken over. She's in frenzy. Short of using a power or doing something like that, you're not going to be able to reach her.
All right, if it's the beast that's in control, then I wind up without hesitation, and I use everything I got pretty much to not hit her. I would rather miss than hit her.
Okay.
Give
me a strength plus melee roll.
I'm not very strong.
You can if you want to do a rouse check, which will allow you to add your blood potency to your strength.
I mean, I have how many? Let me scroll back up. I think I have 9 night moves left. I'll use 4.
Oh yeah.
Knock yourself out.
That is 4 successes.
4 successes?
Yep.
Okay, so it's a call shot. First of all. Okay. 4 successes. All right. Your blade comes down. You don't hit baby girl. You chop down into his neck. You get about maybe a third of the way into it. It's like hitting hard wood as you kind of dig in. This guy's got fortitude and he's really old, so you're like swinging, and with everything you've got, you chunk in there, and it's kind of like hitting wood. Like you get a part of the way through and blood starts to spurt out. But it hasn't cut. You're going to have to swing again. Do you do that?
I'll try.
You put your foot on his shoulder and you wiggle the blade and you pull it out. Blood splurts out. It is incredibly potent blood. He is old. His blood is rich. I'm going to need both of you, Vanessa and Ada, to make me a rouse check.
That's a failure from me.
You have to spend a willpower, or you get on your knees and you just start lapping.
Oh, willpower. Ew.
Success, motherfucker.
You're pulling on the hair, this blood comes out, and you're just like, steel mind. You see Ada kind of, for a moment, like, kind of almost lose control, but then she stops again. Go ahead and take another swing, Ada, if you want.
Yeah, I will try. Melee plus strength. I'll use 2 more night moves. That is a critical on normal die for a total of 5 successes.
With the 5 successes, you come down again with this huge knife that you have, and you sever through the rest of his head. Not completely, but enough that it kills him. The body immediately just explodes into ash. Underneath you, baby girl, you are almost there. You can feel it, like you're just a moment away from it, and all of a sudden you fall to the ground, like from a few inches up as you were on him. You fall to the ground, your mouth hits the ground, you get a mouthful of ash and dirt. Now, you are in a frenzy. We have already established that you're in a frenzy. You rode it, so you are in control of it. So I am going to tell you that in order not to attack the closest thing at hand, you're going to have to spend a willpower, which I will let you do since you are riding the wave. You have been robbed. You have been this kill that was rightfully yours.
Yeah.
Has been taken from you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But because you are riding and you're in control of it, I'll give you the option to spend a willpower and not attack the nearest person.
I have 1 willpower left to spend, and I'm gonna spend it.
You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. I stole from you.
With
Yeah, she doesn't kill women though. Unless they're
Women in
humans,
STEM!
an extreme act of will, one that completely drains you of all ability to exert will again for who knows how long at this point. You manage to clamp down enough on the beast. You find yourself on the ground, exhausted, completely burnt out, lying
I
in
think
this pile
she's
of ash.
screaming and just fucking punching the ground where he was.
I think Ada falls to her knees and also processing all of the visions, all of the night, feeling the anger radiating off of baby girl. I think she also just starts screaming. And as the emotions of everything from tonight come forth, it is both her pain and also the pain around her that she feels.
Vanessa is not going to scream. She already screamed enough this evening, and she does not want to give Lilith or Silas that satisfaction of her pain. So she's gonna stand up, dust off the ash, and it's a very simple phrase. She doesn't know the full language, but it was just passed on. Justice has been sought out, and it has been obtained, in Arabic, before she goes back to the car and just sits and waits for everyone to gather themselves to come back. She won't rush them.
I think as the screams start to fade from Ada, she looks just close enough to be able to meet baby girl's eyes if she looks over, but not direct eye contact in a pressuring way. She's there with her voice hoarse, waiting for her to grieve and face whatever judgment or whatever she finds in her eyes and take the full brunt of it, because she's not going to shy away from the pain that she expects to see in her friend's eyes.
Baby girl, after a little bit of time, stops punching the ground. She doesn't look at Ada. Just get in the fucking car and leave. And she's gonna start moving to the vehicle.
I know that's not all you got.
She keeps walking. She gets in the vehicle. She gets in the front seat, in the driver's seat.
Ada will go in the car, in the back. When you're ready to start swinging again, I'm gonna be ready to take the hit.
All I request is, before you start swinging on her, can we please get to at least Montreal? I don't know how to drive this vehicle.
Neither do I. And she just
fuck.
turns the vehicle
Yes!
over.
Oh, Jennifer! Ah! It just holds like one of her sweaters. Ah! My homicidal maniac.
And
Go.
as you drive out, thankful that someone seems to have taken the time to put gas in the vehicle, you turn around, head up the little country road that you were on, back towards the highway, wondering just what the hell went on behind there. The ashes of Silas begin to scatter in the night wind underneath that lamp at the foot of that post. A pair of cowboy boots, old, well-worn, step through the ashes. The ashes themselves, instead of flying off with the wind, just disappear, as if they'd never been there. The hand reaches down and picks up the cigarette from the ground. As you drive away, heading towards the north, heading towards Montreal, there is another discussion occurring. Somewhere else. You can go and see the link or turn on Twitch if you want to see the following scene, my players. But for everybody else, the last thing you remember is this presence hovering behind you as you were talking with Nedra. Nedra had told you that you had been surrounded by illusions. It was difficult to trust your eyes, and even here now as you move through what appears to be a garden at dusk, you're still quite unsure, is what you're seeing real Is it not real? You walk through the garden and up ahead you see a shape moving, staying just out of sight, deep in the foliage, deep into the flowers, and you start finding ahead of you as you move the discarded bits of a garden that is being weeded. There are weeds, rotten leaves and branches, the heads of dead flowers lying in the path, and you follow this dark shape as it moves ahead of you, culling this garden, weeding the garden. You saw through the illusion. Your intuition is very strong. You hear a voice.
Hello?
You had seen something like this before?
Something like this garden?
Like the illusions the world
Whoa.
was built around you and your friends.
I suppose I have, yes. Shifting shapes, cats, a bar, singers, two very enchanting people, and then nothingness.
It's called chemistry. It is a power carried in the blood of the Ravnos bloodline. The power to create illusions that seem realer than real, especially when created by one as old and powerful as Silas is.
Oh, well, that explains a lot.
He did it in my bidding. I needed to know if this group of Lilins was the one I was looking for. I have a special task for you.
All right. I'm listening.
There's a snake in the garden. It needs to be found and dealt with. The kindred who led Ada here, her name is Morag. She's a Lamia, an all but extinct bloodline. She professes to be on the path and has followed it when it has suited her, but she has her own plans and designs, and they do not align with ours anymore.
Oh,
I need you to find her.
when you say find her, do you mean find and dispatch?
Yes. The garden must be kept clear of things that hamper the growth.
Oh. Who are you?
Continues to move through the shade and the shadow of the foliage. You're not curious as to why you?
Not so much. I've always known I'm a bit strange.
There's a very specific reason why it has to be you. Because
Very well.
Morag has powerful intuition also. She sees through illusion and trickery as easily as you do. Getting close to her will require a more physical subterfuge. There's only one person she would let anywhere close to her. Close enough to, and as she says this, she pops the head off a rose, and the rose head rolls down the path towards you and hits your foot and comes to a rest. Her sire, but she believes her sire dead, and so will only trust what she can touch and feel.
And who is her sire?
Her sire, his name is Amar el-Din, and I would need you to become her.
Very well. I think I should be exceedingly capable of that.
I believe you will.
I have to ask again, who are you?
The foliage ahead of you parts when she moves on a little bit, and she says, "Come, we'll talk."
Very well. Lead on.
My friends, you travel north. A few hours later, you arrive at the border. It's no real issue, though you have to abandon the van for you to cross. You manage to get across. There's still a couple hours of darkness left by the time you set foot in Canada, just a little bit southeast of the city of Montreal. Finding your way there won't be too difficult. You easily find another vehicle that you can take and drive. There's a sense of evanescence to the memories of the last few hours, of things that happen. You feel like Crit Hit Chronicles is just raiding you, and that is very disturbing, but also very pleasant and welcome. Thank you so much, Crit Hit Chronicles. You see up ahead the lights of the city, you see the mountain, you see the cross that burns brightly on the mountain, on Mount Royal, the center of Montreal. You can see it clearly as you approach it on the Highway 10 in the south, driving up towards the city. The memories of everything that just happened to you seem to be, as I said, evaporating, falling apart, as if they are made of nothing, of wisps of smoke, of glamour. You imagine that they will soon fade, but what will stick with you is the emotions of them. You're not sure, are you doing what Lilith wants? Are you not doing what Lilith wants? It's very confusing at this particular point. But as you approach the city, all of you get a sense that somewhere here in this place, something will happen. You don't know to what degree you can trust everything that you've seen or heard. But one thing is true. Something will happen here. And whatever that is, you will be at the center of it. And as you approach the city in these final hours before dawn, ready to find a place to stay, ready to look perhaps for, some of you have heard of the Ventru Sabbat, Alexander Ross, who has apparently formed his own pack and might be an ally if you can find him in this city. What's going through each of your minds? How are you feeling? What are you thinking of as you approach the Holy Mountain?
Baby girl has got her foot on the gas. She's had a lead foot this whole trip. She is still fuming. In the back of her mind, she keeps saying like a mantra to herself, I was this fucking close. This fucking close. You could have been a fucking prisoner right inside me. Maybe I could add more to that. Maybe I could finally get fucking Severin in there. Her eyes are like daggers watching the road as she's driving. Nobody else in the car exists right now. just her anger.
Vanessa simply thinks men never change. There will always be crimes. There will always be death and murder. And in that vein, Jennifer's out there. She will leave clues. I found her once. I'll find her again. She knows I will. That is our game. And while I wait for her to leave her clues, I will be an annoying thorn in Mother's side. I'll do my job. I'll just be annoying while I do it.
For Ada, she's taking in, analyzing, ruminating over everything that's happened. Has she been so blind to what she hoped her salvation would look like that she's been ignoring things that were right in front of her this whole time? Where do the illusions lie? Has she been misled by the teachings? Has she been misled by the happenings of this past night? Has she been misled by her own intuition? But no, it can't be. The closest place to Lilith is by following the intuition, by being resilient. Lilith was cast out by God. She tried again. Lilith was cast out by Lucifer, by Cain, by everybody, but still she sought connection through a garden. She sought to intertwine her roots. And maybe she has been corrupted into a jealous God. Maybe her hate and her thirst and desire for revenge has corrupted her into something blind and hateful, wanting to create and having that power, but choosing not to do so. Ada doesn't know which way is up. Ada knows that everything hurts, but through the pain, there will be clarity. And if there's one thing she will not do, she will not close her eyes to it. She will not stay stagnant. Things have been put in motion. Her fire is still mine. Her blood still runs through my veins. And I will grow. We're gonna grow strong and wild and messy. And we will see, eventually, what was clear and what was illusion. And we will make our bed and sink our roots in deep.
And as you think these last thoughts, you hear, somewhere deep within, from a place that is a dark and vast and beautiful garden, a name whispered to you, and the words, "Find her." And you now know who Lilith Reborn is. And then, my friends, is where we will end this little story of ours. A little trip through the Garden of Lilith.